साश्टीकार कार्यावळी सगळे घेवकार आज आमी एक अशा विशयाचेर चर्चा करपाक हांगा आयिल्ले आसात आनी जो सद्याक फकत गोंयाकच न्ही तर सद्याक आतां ऑल इंडिया इश्यू जाल्लो आसा आनी तो म्हणजे सोशल इन्फ्लुएन्सर आमचो सोशल मिडिया इन्फ्लुएन्सर गौतम खट्टर हाणें आमचे गोंय सायड जाका आमी म्हणटात ते सेंट फ्रांसीस झेवियर हांचेर केल्लो उल्लेख आनी ताका लागून ताच्या फाटल्यान लोकां मदीं पातळिल्लो असंतोश आनी आतां एक नवे हाका एक परिणाम मेळ्ळा तो म्हणटा हे जें कितें जालां तें मुद्दम गोंयांत गोंयची जो सामाजीक एकचार आसा तो काबार करपाक लागून मुद्दाम केल्लो हो प्रयत्न जाय कितें अशेंय आतां लोक उलोवपाक लागले आनी ह्याच म्हत्वाच्या विशयाचेर आमी चर्चा करपाक आपयल्यात ते भाजपांतलेच एक फुडारी जे आदी गोंय भाजपा मंडळाचे स्पोक्स पर्सन आशिल्ले ते सावियो रोड्रिगीस सावियो तुका एक सावियोच्या बाबतींत सांगपाचें म्हणल्यार सावियो हो आपल्या एक्स हाजेर एकाउंटाचेर सदांच सामको ओकल आसता आनी एक सावियो कडल्यान जे कॉमेंट येता ते पळयल्यार एक एकदां अशें दिसता हो खरोच भाजप बीजेपी कितें आसा काय हो बीजेपींतल्यान ओपोजिशन जे कॉमेंट करता ताजे परस हार्श एकदां कॉमेंट्स आमच्या सावियोचे आसतात सो सावियो एक म्हाका दिसता आय हॅव लास्ट आय इंटरव्यू ऑन सम सेपरेट इशू बट एट दॅट टायम आय आस्क यू वन क्वेश्चन आर यू सफोकेटिंग इन बीजेपी?
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
I'm asking you because you are from the minority and एक सद्याक जे कितें चालू आसा नॉट ओन्ली पळय जालें तेंच न्ही ताजे पयलीं जे इश्यू जाल्ले सेंट फ्रांसीस झेवियराचेर ताजे पयलीं सुभाष वेलिंगरान हें केल्लो अशेंच आक्षेपार्ह विधान केली ताका लागून लोक रस्त्यार आयिल्ले हें सगळें पळयलें आनी इट लुक्स लायक पर्पजली समबडी इज डुईंग दीस सो ताका लागून दिसतात तुका सद्याक ना सद्याक बीजेपीचे सरकार गोंयांत आसा आनी बीजेपी सरकार आसतना हें जाता ताका लागून अशें लोकांक दिसता लागलें की हाजे फाटल्यान बीजेपी आसा म्हणून सो दॅट्स वाय आय एम आस्किंग यू आर यू okay with BJP or are you suffocating BJP?
So to answer your question methodologically, the first answer, no, I am not suffocating in the BJP, not at all. Okay. Second, I don't consider myself to be a minority. Okay. And now let me tell you why I say that. Because a mother does not distinguish between her children. We are all children of Mother India. We are all children of Bharat Mata.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So this concept of majority and minority is one of the biggest fallacy in this country at this point of time. We are all equals.
Yeah.
Today, I as a Christian, you as a Hindu, somebody else as a Muslim, how are we different from each other? Are we not all citizens of India?
We are citizens of India, but we are following different faiths.
Correct. And faith is not how you decide citizenship, no? We are not an Islamic country.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you were in an Islamic country, your faith would have been your superiority. Right? We are a secular country.
Okay.
And the true definition of secularism is the acceptance of no religion in matters of governance. Which means a state looks at a citizen as a citizen not because of his religion.
जे सावे तू हे म्हणटा तितले बरे आसा थियोरेटिकली सगळे बरे आसा पूण आतां जर पळयलें बीजेपी सद्याचे कारभार पळयलो जाल्यार जे सरकार आहा तेच रिलीजन प्रशासनाक हाडपाक सोदतात काय दिसता अशें लोकांक भंय जाता ताजी
No, I don't think it's that. I'll tell you what it is. Okay? For us to understand one simple truth, we are all part of Bharat Mata. In order for us to understand that is to accept our roots. My roots are Indic. When I mean Indic, I am a Hindu person with Hindu roots. No? Today, for example, if you take a place like the Shanta Durga Kunkarikal, you have 12 bangots over there. You have a yatra that happens over there. Do they take out the yatra without the Christian families over there? The answer is no.
Yes, yeah.
What does that mean? It means we are all culturally connected to our roots.
Yeah.
When religion becomes a part of politics, yes, political parties use religion for appeasement. It has been done by the Congress, it has been done by other political parties, including the right? That is politics. but culturally, we are all connected to the same roots which are Indic.
Okay, this
So-
is theoretically or
No, it is the practical thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Today at the Bambolim Cross,
yeah.
is it only a Christian who's going and bowing down there? Are there no Hindus and Muslims who go there as
Yeah,
well?
and we
And we have so many examples.
we have the culture when Christian procession is going on from your door that Hindus were lighting the candles.
Precisely the point I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the problem, Sushant, is when cowards like Gautam Khattar come in, they assume they know the social fabric of Goa. They think because they come from wherever they come in the north, they think that they can dominate the narrative in Goa.
Okay.
Gautam Khattar is a coward because if he had the guts, he would have stayed back and faced the people and had the courage to answer the questions that he raised. If he wanted to have an academic discussion, irrespective of what you think of the Christian faith or Saint Francis Xavier or whatever you think of the Portuguese rule or the Goa Inquisition, those are academic discussions. Today I cannot go up on a stage and insult Hindu saints or Hindu gods.
Yeah.
It is unethical of me to do
Yes,
that.
yeah.
And that is why Gautam Khattar is a coward and he should be brought back to Goa so he understands Goan hospitality.
Okay, now तू आता म्हणतात ते he is covered and all that. He was invited here.
Yes,
He was invited here as a state guest.
yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay. Gautam Khattar has ताची जर फाटली पार्श्वभूमी पळयली हाजे पयलीं ताणें सेंट फ्रांसीस झेवियराचेर
Yes.
उलयल्लो
On
आसा.
a video, yes.
Then person like attitude of this one Gautam Khattar is been invited as a state guest by the BJP ruling state.
Correct.
It doesn't look like that it is purposely he was invited here for make this type of statements.
See, Shashank, to whatever intelligence input that I have, because I had an informer who was there at that event. The organizers of the event very clearly gave instructions to Gautam Khattar to speak within the framework of what the event was all about, which was Parshuram Jayanti.
Okay.
Nobody expected him to walk into this controversy.
Okay.
He, I suppose, was guided by his own thoughts and people who have been
Okay.
encouraging him, right? Where did the government make a mistake? Then let's call it out for what it is. The government made a major error in not vetting the spokespersons that were called by the organizers if the government is supporting that particular event, which is what you're telling me as a state guest. Then that is a very, very brutal error to be made, because Gautam Khattar has made derogatory remarks against Saint Francis Xavier in a video in October 2025, and that video is going viral right now.
Yeah.
Even after knowing that, if such a hardliner is allowed to come into Goa and spew such venom against the Christian faith,
And that too as a state guest.
that too as a guest, that's what I'm saying.
State guest.
It's a complete error on the part of the government to do that. You know, the problem is because we do so much of events in Goa, Goa has become such an event destination. We do not have, our people in charge do not have the time to vet genuine people who are coming here or not.
So it looks like I think 365 days carnival in Goa.
Yes, that's what I suppose it is. Everybody comes here for that only.
Okay. So म्हाका एक this is jokes किंवा हे सगळे कुशीन धरून तरी आसतना म्हाका एक येता की त्याच दिसा कितें जालें थंय मोमेन गुदिनो he was present, Raji Sarkar was present, Sarkar Pamodkar was present. Nobody has stopped him after that when he was talking. That is okay. Nobody has stopped him. That is okay. After that, even Movin has his speech, where it looks like now the videos are there, it looks like that he is endorsing that. his thoughts.
You know, I have a lot of respect for the MLAs and for Mervyn as a minister. But I believe they should have done the right thing at that point of time. That is something even the CM had said. In his statement, the CM said Mervyn should have stopped it because he was the senior most of the other MLAs as well. The point is, if we were to analyze it and say maybe they didn't know how to react at that point of time. But when there are insults being thrown out, and they were horrible. What Gautam Khattar said was horrible, it was disgusting. I am angry with him. If I see him, I would probably wrap him myself. You don't come into Goa and make such statements. You don't insult religious sensitivities of a particular community.
Yeah.
It is not correct. Whatever academic...
I think every Goan would have reacted like in that.
That is why I want him brought back. He should be brought back to Goa so that he understands Goan hospitality. That same Vecharo masala, we'll put it in the right place. That's what he deserves. You come from outside of Goa. I don't know what your mindset is. You think that Goa is a place where you can come and talk everything and create a narrative and create a division. We will teach you what Goenka is all about. You want to understand Goenka? Let the police bring him back. Then he will learn it.
So, Savio, एक किती आहे मी सगळं म्हटलं. One who commits the crime is a criminal. He is the accused. But one who assisting him are also criminals, which is the accomplices.
Yes.
So don't you feel that Movin Budino, Daji Sarkar, Sankar Kamorkar, they are also part of that criminal thing?
No, I don't think they are criminals. But what I certainly think, and that is what the people in their
Abettors or?
No, I don't even think they are betters. I think they are just people who are scared to stand up for what is right. Because they have political compulsions. Sometimes you have to keep your politics away. This is a law and order time bomb. What that gentleman, whatever nonsense he came and said, he's not even a gentleman for that matter. He's a coward. He came and spoke in front of them. They should have had the courage to go out, stop it. They tried to stop it as Mervyn claimed. But when he had a chance to speak, he should have taken him down.
Yeah.
He should have told him he was wrong.
I took this time, Mervyn has tried to stop him.
Well, that is what he said in his statement.
He said it is okay. Do you feel that after watching those videos and all that, or was now some sort of cover up by the Mervyn?
Whatever has happened, whatever they have said afterwards, Daji Sarkar, Sankar Pamonkar, Mervyn Budino, they have said what they have to say. But the people's reactions are not going to change, no Sushant.
So
they should have taken a step then.
Now demand is coming from the people of Goa that especially Mervyn should be removed from the cabinet.
There is anger right now.
Okay.
And this anger is not the Christian community. And that is what cowards like Khattar don't understand. Goa is not about Christians and Hindus and Muslims. They are about Goans. And Goans are about staying united together. If you and I were not sitting with wearing our kalavas on our hand, I wear a kalava, right? I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
Right? But I still wear it because I have a certain amount of faith in what our Kul Devis are and our Kul
Even we bow down before the cross.
Right? But that is not necessarily the way the outside of Goa people think, no? They don't understand that even after 450 years of Portuguese rule and so-called, atrocities on the Goans, we still have not lost our humanity.
Yeah.
We still remember that this person is a Christian, he is entitled to his faith. This person is a Hindu, he is entitled to his faith. Why should people from outside come and teach us?
So Savio, people like you, people like me understand this. This is social fabric. Uza question Goa government doesn't understand this.
That is what I am saying. It was a blunder on part of the Goa government.
This is okay. This is one thing that they may say that we were not knowing that what he will talk and all that. तुका एक that issue हाज्या पयलीं जाल्लो when Parrikar was आमचो CM. He banned Pramod Mutalik
Yes.
entering in Goa until that ban was continued till so many years.
Correct.
आता अकस्मात ते बॅन काढले. सो आज विजय सरदेसाय ताजेर एक व्हिडिओ केला आणि तो म्हणटा की कितें जालें काय म्हणटा प्रमोद मुतालीक हाणें आपलें स्टँड चेंज केलें काय गोंयच्या सरकाराक प्रमोद मुतालिका बरोबर म्हाका मोग चड जाला काय म्हणून. So what
See, I personally feel, this is my personal advice to the government, they can take it or they can dump it. Any element that brings in hardline extremism in religion into Goa will never be accepted by an average Goan. Simple.
Okay.
Whether he's Christian, whether he's Hindu, whether he's Muslim, he's not going to be accepted. There are many people who are going to try across religions to bring hardline thought into Goa. But Goa is not that. And that is why we are angry. That is why people are angry. You were telling me, right? Youth are angry.
Yeah.
Why are the youth angry? Because that is not what we want. We don't care whether you're a Hindu or a Christian or a Muslim. What we care about are jobs. What we care about is economy. What we care about are better roads. What we care about is an opportunity for us to have good education. That's what my children care about. That's what I care about.
If you are saying that Goa has now become a 365 days carnival event, this one station, then do you feel that the government has a time to look after these other things? And second, my question is that after going through all this here, still I'm asking you, still you have a faith in this government?
I have a faith in my family. And BJP is my family.
Okay.
You might have people who are wrong in the family. You might have people who are not bad judges in the family.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I leave the family.
Okay.
Right? So
No, I'm not asking you to leave the bed.
Am I getting suffocated?
No, not suffocated. You have a faith now in this government.
Yes, I do. I believe that the government has to open its eyes to the reality on the ground, because every political party must bow down in front of the people. Okay, remember in 2012, the Congress had absolute majority. They were at the state, they were at the center, and they thought they could not be defeated in Goa. They did lose, no? There was one man, Manor Parrikar, who rallied the entire minorities and majorities to come under a purpose. That purpose saw its result in 2012. In 2027, if this government continues to irate the people of Goa with issues like this and they don't correct it, like Gautam Khattar is not brought and thrown in jail, then the people of Goa will respond to them in the same way they responded in 2012.
Okay. I have regarding that you have said that Parrikar came down on the streets and he had changed the political situation changed. On that I will come later on, but म्हाका आनी एक हे आसा. तूं आनी हांव आमी जेन्ना बर्चाक हेका गेलो उदोला गेलो तेन्ना वयताले आनी तेन्ना यू वॉज सो मच ऑप्टिमिस्टीक that something will happen. Something will happen means first is the victims in that tragedy will get what you call it, justice. That was your idea. The second thing तू सांगतालो की पळय 1-2 महिन्या भितर गोंयच्या सरकारान कॅबिनेटी भितर कितें चेंज जातले म्हणून कांयच जावंक ना. तांकां जस्टिसूय मेळूंक ना. तांकां थोडे पयशे मेळ्ळे आसतले ते हांकां विक्टिम्साक तांचे जो तांचे लागींच्या तांकां थोडे पयशे मेळ्ळे आसतले पूण अजून जस्टीस मेळूंक ना. आनी दुसरें म्हणटे हातूंत भितर कांयच जावंकय ना.
So I'll tell you what I know. Okay, to answer your first question, it's not that the victims haven't gotten justice, because justice is a process, and we will continue to fight for it.
No, but it should be seen.
No, you're absolutely right. Like they got bail, the bail has been challenged by the government. I would have wanted the government to go a step further, because the illegal nightclubs have not been shut down.
Yeah.
Okay?
That IAS officer not has been called.
It is not yet been called. So have I been disappointed with the government? The answer is yes.
Okay.
They should have been doing this, but they haven't done it.
Hmm.
I was even told that the IS officer by somebody senior in Delhi, they don't come under that level of scrutiny. And I said, well, that if that is your law, it's a very sad law and you've got to change it.
Okay.
But the second and most important part is the change in the government, right? My clear statement to you was that the center has taken cognizance of what has happened in Goa and they will act accordingly and they will act fast. Now, my definition of fast may be a couple of weeks. Their definition of fast may be a couple of months.
Or a couple of years.
I don't know about years, but a couple of months or so. Okay. And my definition of change means what? That you can have the existing ministers also, but at least let them work in the manner in which they have to deliver. No? See, today when we are looking at the situation in Goa, whether it is the 39A issue, whether it's Gautam Khattar's kind of statements, where are we heading, Sushant? The people are getting angry. I mean, I meet people on the road. There are a considerable amount of them are very angry with us. Okay. They are angry because they have so much faith in what we can deliver, but we are not being able to deliver completely. And such issues, such communal, disharmonic issues, only make the people more angrier. That's the problem.
So, Savio, आता तुम्हें सांगा कि 2012 सेंट्रलला काही तरी 2007 ते 2012 तो सेंट्रलला तो काँग्रेस गव्हर्नमेंट आहे किंवा गोंयांतूय गव्हर्नमेंट आहे काँग्रेस गव्हर्नमेंट आनी तांकां दिसतालें की आमकां हातभाव खातात कोण ना ताका लागून ते आमचे लँड कन्वर्जन्स एंड ऑल दॅट SEZs लायक हे कितलेशेच डिसिजन असे घेतले की ते गोंयकारांच्या विरोधी आशिल्ले.
करेक्ट.
आता हे सध्या जर पळोवपाक गेल्यार जाल्यार सद्याच्या गव्हर्नमेंटाचे जर डिसिजन्स पळयले तांचे डिसिजन्स पळयले जाल्यार दिसता की टुडेज BJP गव्हर्नमेंट इज हेडिंग इज द सिच्युएशन इज समॉट आमी जर कंपेर केल्यार 2012 जे काँग्रेस जे हाजेर पावयली तशीच आतां BJP पावयली अशें काय दिसता पळोवपाक. हे हांव म्हणना हे सगळे गोंयचे लोक म्हणटात एखादी ओपनली म्हणना सगळे कडेन सद्या गव्हर्नमेंट सत्तेर आशिल्ल्यान कोण तोंडां उरला सगळे पण जर तूं पर्सन टू पर्सन जाल्यार सगळ्याचो आनी हातूंत भितर एक BJPचेय लोक आसात हे उलोवपी. सो नाव एट दॅट टायम आमचो मनोहर पर्रीकर ताणें हे पळयलें आनी हे कवर्ड टोटल गोवा आनी कन्वर्टेड दॅट एंगर इन आमच्या BJP काँग्रेस CDPच्या ताणें कन्वर्ट केलो. सेम आम जस्ट कंपेर करता विजय सरदेसाय नाव he trying to do the same thing. So what you feel that तुका केन्ना दिसता की तूं जो विजय फ्रेंडय बी आनी विजय जे इश्यू घेता ते जर पळयल्यार तुका केन्ना दिसता की येस ऑन दीस इश्यू आय विल सपोर्ट विजय अशें केन्ना दिसता की काय?
So, personally, I know Vijay before he started the Goa Forward Party, and Vijay knows me before I joined the BJP. In fact, I openly stated to everybody that I know that Vijay Sardesai is a friend and a very dear friend. Okay. I may not agree with everything he talks politically, but I certainly believe that he has a lot of capabilities. He has a very progressive, futuristic mind. He has a lot of weaknesses as well, as far as political acumen is concerned, but those are accepted in any political leader. Does he have the caliber to rise up a very strong opposition against the BJP? As Goa Forward Party alone, there is a very little chance.
Okay.
But if he is able to bring all the oppositions together, then they can be a challenging force to the BJP, even though they might fall short. But they will be a challenging force. He has the knowledge, he has the intelligence, and he has the drive to arrive at that position.
Okay.
But what he lacks is a well-oiled machine. So you see, elections are not about idealism.
Yes.
Elections are about election management. Election management is an art of booth management. And in order for him to be able, as Goa Forward Party, to control 40 seats, it's not going to be possible. Right? So he would require the Congress, he would require an ally with the others. Right? Now that is the difficult proposition. Because
and if he joins Congress then?
I think that's for Congress to decide. I am nobody to say.
Okay, but what do you feel?
I don't think he will join the Congress. Ideally, they should work together. But Vijay is somebody that can build something on his own. It's just that you need to have that particular power backing that is necessary. Okay? Which, even if you look at Aam Aadmi Party, when it became what it did, it had a huge backing that you might not have seen. Vijay, unfortunately, with the Goa Forward Party, while the intention might be genuine, that election management backing is what is lacking. The Congress, the real decision has to lie with the Congress, because the Congress genuinely has voters in Goa, with meaning any voters that oppose the BJP. So there are genuine people who oppose the BJP in Goa as well. Now, if Congress and Vijay are able to stitch an alliance and maybe bring somebody else from the outside in terms of the opposition, maybe break an Aam Aadmi Party. Some of the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs can actually join and contest under Congress. Then there is a fighting chance. Can Vijay lead it? Yes. Will Congress accept Vijay to lead it? No.
Okay. So just आम्ही हे आमचे डिस्कशन कन्क्लूड करता आसतना सद्याक जे गोंय आमचे गोंयांत कितें जाता पळय डिस्क्रिमिनेशन थिंग दीस अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट थिंग बाकीचे सोशल फॅब्रिक्स डिस्टर्ब जाता हे जर पळयल्यार कितें दिसता नाव what should BJP should do to correct this?
See, one of the drawbacks of the BJP in recent times, particularly in Goa, even though they have a lot of Christian MLAs and they have ministers from the Christian community.
The Christian MLA doesn't oppose that hate speech.
Okay. They do have a considerable amount of people from the Christian community who like the BJP. If they are optimistic.
Reaction from this question here only, I think Michael Lobo was little bit of spontaneous. Others, they were watching that somebody should first react and then they will react.
Correct. So my advice to the Christian MLAs and the Christian ministers as a friend is that at no point of time does the BJP ask you not to stand up for what you think is religiously your right to stand up to. So you don't have to remain quiet when something is wrong and something is insulting towards your religion. I know BJP leaders at the center in and out, and I know what their outreach to the minorities are all about and to what extent they have gone to ensure that the minorities, particularly the Christian minorities in places like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Northeast, including some parts of Goa, how they have worked to ensure that they create bridges. Unfortunately, sometimes your silence actually sets that bridge on fire.
On this particular point, I want to ask you. BJP is, we call that it's a social media heavy party. After this St. Francis Xavier issue, by derogatory comment by Khattar, not a single BJP central leader has comment on this. How you will react on it?
Let me give you an answer to that very simply. When Prime Minister Modi had come in to Goa several months ago during the Lok Sabha election, he had very categorically shared his views on St. Francis Xavier.
Because he wants the Christians votes minds of South Goa.
No, you might think he wants the Christian votes, but for somebody of his stature to come out and acknowledge the work, the reverence that the people of Goa and the Christian community all over the world have for Saint Francis Xavier, then the Hindu supposed extremists would have had a problem with him, no? But he still came out and said it. In fact, I'll take one step further. Yesterday, somebody who follows me on social media started abusing me because I condemned Gautam Khattar's statement, saying that no, you are showing your true color, you're supposed to be supporting him. I said, why would I support what is wrong? Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extolled the virtues of Saint Francis Xavier. I personally believe that Saint Francis Xavier, whatever questions you have is academic. You have to deal with it in an academic way. Goa did have a dark history. But we are not in the dark now. No, we are in the light.
So why there is no single comment either from Prime Minister or from Home Minister? Why it is so?
That's a very good question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them. And the next time I come for a discussion with you, I will give you an answer. Because right now they seem to be very busy in the Tamil Nadu village.
Okay.
But I will make it a point to send them a note and ask them why have you not commented on this.
Okay.
Would that be okay?
Yes, no, this is, I'm concerned with this issue, that's why I'm...
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah. So, just for concluding this way, what you want to say is the social fabric of Goa, if you want to keep it intact, so what should be the policy of the government?
Firstly, I think
especially this type of elements which are invited by the government.
I personally believe that the government, including the Chief Minister, must understand that yes, Goa does have a past. Eradicating that past is not going to make our future better. Because the CM has also made statements like that in the past of eradicating the Portuguese era and all. 450 years of we have lived under that darkness. We are now living in light. We are moving towards Viksit Bharat. We are moving towards Viksit Bharat as sons and daughters of Mother India, of Bharat Mata. What the Portuguese did, when the Portuguese did, yes, we should not forget. But we can't blame the generation of today for the errors of what the generations did then. Today, Goa, irrespective of what atrocities we went through, today a Hindu and a Christian live together, a Muslim lives together. You can differentiate between a Goan Muslim and those Muslims who are coming from out of Goa easily like this.
Yes.
So what is that? If not cultural embeddedness in us, is it not what we are? Isn't that what Gomantak Tv is all about? The problem is that we are allowing these negative elements to come from outside and we are giving them voices to voice it out here. What do they know about Goa? There was one guy giving me a lecture on social media about the atrocities on the Christians, on the Hindus, done by the Christians and the church and all that. I said, do you even know what you're talking about? Do you even know? Do you even know what the definition of an inquisition was? Just because you've read something somewhere on Wikipedia, because somebody's put it up, means you've understood. It's like me saying that, okay, a Hindu belief or somebody else, I come and question. I don't have the knowledge, no? I don't know the people, I don't know the religion, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
What is the history at that time? These are academic discussions.
Okay.
On academic discussion with regards to religion, it is best that people shut their mouth, okay, and let people live in peace.
So
Don't teach us Goans how to live together in religious harmony. Because if Gautam Khattar has the courage, tell him to come back here and face the law. Otherwise, he's a coward, and the people who support him are cowards.
So that's why I'm to ask last question. Who is to be blamed for this? Either this one who makes this statement or who invites such type of elements in Goa. Who is to be blamed?
in my personal opinion, I think I want to know why Gautam Khattar actually came out and spoke that way. That is the need of the investigation. I even sent a message to the CM saying that Gautam Khattar was very clearly told by the organizers that these are your points of discussion, speaking on Parshuram, Lord Parshuram, and this because it was Lord Parshuram Jayanti. Why did he deliberately go into insulting Saint Francis Xavier unless somebody told him to do it so that it could create division between the Hindu and the Christians in Goa, and that is criminal.
So after this year, one narrative has been circulated that Christians are not safe in Goa. Safe asat kai na, khare asat kai na, yani, but now one narrative has been set. Do you agree on that?
No, I don't agree with that. Because today I am a Christian and there are many Christians here. It is not the Christians who have to defend themselves. Do you know who will come to defend the Christians? The Hindus will come out to defend the Christians. That's why a Christian is safe in Goa. Because a Hindu, a Christian and a Muslim, the original Gomankars, will always stay together. I don't care about the migrants that come in. Okay? They don't have Gomankar in them at all. That is why the rubbish like Khattar coming to Goa to reach out to those people. Who do you think was sitting in the audience? Do you think they were Gomankar? Most of those people in those areas are migrants. A Gomankar would have got up on stage and given him one tight rap across his face.
But MLAs are Gomankars.
They have lost their Gomankar point. That's the problem.
So on this, या जगाने आमी चर्चा काम करतात. मेन म्हणतात ते हो आमी डिस्कशन करपाचोच एक हे की हो म्हणटा सावय म्हणटा गोंयचे सोशल फॅब्रिक एक वेगळेच सोशल फॅब्रिक जे बाकीचे इंडियन्साक हांगा दिसतले की आमचे लोक सामके अशे फोलगी आनी कितें तशें ना. गोंय म्हणटात ते एक वेगळेच फॅब्रिकांतल्यान आयिल्ले आनी तूं म्हणटा तशें एट्रॉसिटीज जाल्यात काय जावूंक नात म्हणटात त्यो वेगळी गजाल, पूण तातूंतल्यानय गोंयांत आमी एकमेका भितर ब्लेंड जावन इतले तरेक जाल्यात की सद्याक हांगचो तूं म्हणटा तो हिंदू कोण, मुस्लीम कोण, क्रिस्तांव कोण हे वळखोवपाक कळना. भायलो कोणी आयलो ताका वळखोवपाक
कार्निवलचे जे कॉस्ट्यूम आसा, that dress, if I put it for you and I put it for Abdul and I put it for James, you will be able to tell the difference.
Yes.
You won't.
Yeah.
That is exactly.
Even with the language, you
cannot. So that is Gomankar porn. No.
Yeah.
That is our culture.
Yeah.
And very outsider is going to come and teach us our culture.
Yeah. So हांव हे म्हणटा की हे गोंयचे कल्चर अशेंच उरपाक जाय आनी एज अ गव्हर्मेंटाची आतां एक ड्युटी आसा की हे सोशल फॅब्रिक कशेंच हालपाक जायना. हे आतां पळोवपाचें काम हे गव्हर्मेंटाचें आनी हे अशें जर सोशल फॅब्रिक हांगा आमचे डिस्ट्रॉय करपाक जर कोणूय येता जाल्यार तांकां आडावप ही आमच्या गव्हर्मेंटाचें काम आनी असले मनशाक मेन म्हणटा तें आमंत्रण दिवन आपोवपाचें आनी केन्नाय अशी असली ही पिशीपणां म्हणटात ती गव्हर्मेंटान करची न्ही. इतलेंच म्हणटात आनी हांव ही हांगा चर्चा काम देव बरें करूं आनीक आमची सगळीं पळोवया तांकां देव बरें करूं पळयता